friends, this is Grace and welcome to my channel and welcome to kind of a show and tell type of video. I had wanted to do a process video for this one, but unfortunately I just didn't have the time to videotape the process. So let me just take you through this. This is a card set that will hopefully give you ideas on kind of doing a wreath type of card, and also to use up your small stamped images. So I don't know if you remember, if you have been a subscriber for a while, you know that I created my own kind of wreath builder in the beginning of last year. I'll make sure to try to link that video in the description box below. FYI, it's a really funny video because I made a ton of human error, even though I was following a tutorial, but you'll just have to watch that to see. Anyways, this is kind of like the basis that I wanted to start off with, and I did use this one for this kind of pumpkin Thanksgiving themed type of card, but the rest I'll show you what I did. So basically I grabbed a pumpkin or a Thanksgiving stamp set that had these little pumpkins, and I used my DIY wreath builder contraption to create my wreath, and I did color them out with some markers. And then in that same stamp set they had the kind of maple leaves, so I added that, and then I also added some Nouveau drops, and then this sentiment is also from that stamp set, and then I just stamped that. I was debating if I wanted to heat emboss it, but I was feeling a little lazy because I've already spent some time coloring the pumpkins, and so I just left it at that. All of my front or card fronts, as you notice, are white, so I just cut them by 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I didn't know what size I would be making with them, but it turns out that it was just the right size because I was able to use my favorite things, scallop, rectangle, stitched die for that. So that's what I did with the rest of them. So this is card number 1. Now for the rest of the cards, I still did the wreath kind of design, but instead of using my wreath builder, I actually used this size of circle, this one right here in the middle. And what I did was I just kind of eyeballed where the center of my paper was and then marked the circle with a pencil, and then I just stamped all around that to create the wreath. So first one that I did was the butterflies, and I did that rainbow order. It's really fun to do rainbow order lately. And then I did heat emboss these sentiments. Now these 3 are from the same stamp set, and so I was able to just stamp them and heat emboss them all at the same time and then put them on my card. So that kind of made my process efficient. And I did add, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but I did add some shimmer pen through with the butterflies just to kind of give it a little bit of shimmer, and also to give this card a little bit more interest because it's really pretty simple. So I did, when I stamped all of this, after that I did wait till it dried up a little bit because I was using some distress ink, and then erase the circle pen. I didn't know what size sentiment I was going to use when I created all of my wreaths, and so I did not want to chance it where, I mean, with this one, if you look at it, if you were to copy this exact card, you wouldn't need to erase the circle or the pen lines, the pencil lines rather, because it's covered with a sentiment anyways. I did pop up the sentiment and mat that with some cardstock. The next one is this leaf one, and it's kind of a little crazy, but I was trying to create a wreath out of the leaves, and if you notice, it's just one single stamp, but stamped in 3 different colors. So that might be something that you might want to consider if you are just starting in stamping or don't have a lot, or just really like a specific image. You can stamp that many times but with just different colors and would still make it look like you spent a lot of money on it. So with this one, I did 3 different kind of shades of green. This one's a little bit more brown, and then I did heat emboss the sentiment, and I added some gold Nouveau drops on the bottom. It just feels like the bottom was a little plain to me. Okay, with this one, this I have to say is my favorite one. It's just circle. It's a nod to like Laura Fedora's cards, if you've watched her, she does a lot of rainbow cards, and she does all of this, like, you know, overlapping, and I thought that's something I wanted to try. This is, again, just one circle stamp that I used, and then I used rainbow distress inks for it, and then I did heat emboss the sentiment, and then added some gold Nouveau drops at the end. And then the final one is a bunch of candles. Now this one again is from a small stamp set, and it again with just one image, but with multiple colors you can see that you can extend those stamps a long way. And so I did erase the circle pencil stitching, and if I were to do this again, I wouldn't be too lazy and actually heat emboss my sentiment, because it feels like it's not popping up. And I think that's one of the reasons why I decided to add some Nouveau drops all around that to kind of emphasize the title a little bit more. And so those are my cards. If you're looking for, you know, something to do today, or like a craft challenge, why don't you guys make some wreath cards with some simple or some small images, stamped images, and see what you can come up with. If you have any questions, let me know in the description box below. And if you like these videos, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. And if you're new to my channel, I hope that you will come back, or that you will stay and watch the other videos in this channel. Until next time, I'll see you guys when I see you. Bye.